what's going on?
I'm not sure.
Are they fighting or something?
He's saying that it happens frequently.
Okay.
But this time it sounded like it was getting out of hand.
Okay, which door? Sheriff's office, open the door!
My baby was my everything. Roger was my third son. Where we come from, you don't end up where Roger ended up. Roger wanted to show a 16-year-old brother that it was more to life than gangster rap, killing people, stealing, and making a fool of himself. Roger wanted to show his mama that raised 5 kids that didn't know what credit was, how to have something.
If you take away anything from this video, let it be this. You are not obligated to open the door of your home to anyone, especially the police. If you do open your door and it does happen to be the police and you have a gun in your hand, don't expect things to go well for you. Cops have eliminated people for way less. Also remember that in our police state reality, you have the right to keep and bear arms until a cop sees you with one. This is the tragic story of Roger Fortson. And according to some, if we didn't have the body cam footage that you're about to see, the sheriff's department would have likely woven a tale that Roger pointed his gun at the officer and the officer legally protected himself. Thank God we have body cams. So yeah, we have another tragic event that came out of Okaloosa County, Florida. And yeah, this is the same Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department that produced ACORN certified and terrified Deputy Jesse Hernandez, who along with Sergeant Beth Roberts opened fire on Marquise Jackson back in November 12th, 2023. Oh yeah, silly me. I forgot to mention that Hernandez had already patted Jackson down, handcuffed him, and locked him in the back of his patrol cruiser. I'm really starting to think we're stuck on the set of Idiocracy, with some scenes being directed by Rod Serling from The Twilight Zone.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Everyone! In the car! I shot through the car!
Yep. This is the same Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department. And didn't it sound like Hernandez was impersonating Arnold for a second?
I shot through the car.
Sheriff Eric Aiden is giving this press briefing, but see if you notice what's missing while he speaks.
I'm Eric Aiden. I'm the Sheriff of Okaloosa County with the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. A few moments ago, I personally met with Mrs. Fortson and the Fortson family, extended my deepest condolences to them. And this result is one we never hoped to encounter. And I'm also thinking about our team here and the deputy involved in the tragic event.
This is all so robotic. There are no tears for the victim or the victim's family, but we know that when some tragic event befalls their fellow cops, the tears flow like rivers and the voices crack with sorrow.
You have to understand this was not supposed to happen here. I did not know Christmas morning at 4 o'clock in the morning when I said goodbye to him and sent him off to his family that it would be the last time that I saw him.
You know, the last few days have it's just been very tough. And knowing that you have families that are hurting right now.
And crisis negotiation team members had been activated and they were en route when the shots were fired.
So we couldn't find them, and once our dive team got there, it was too treacherous to go under and look for him. So
now currently this deputy's name is being withheld while Roger's name is being thrown all over the place.
I'm here this afternoon to further assure Ms. Fortson's family, our dedicated team and community we serve, and the broader public that we are doing what we can to ensure the facts of this case are fully understood. To that end, I've asked the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to handle the criminal investigation that is required under these circumstances. It is important to note that while this is a criminal investigation, no determination has been made as to whether the deputy's actions were justified or not. Here in Okaloosa County, we pride ourselves in our commitment to transparency and accountability. These investigations take time, but I want to assure you that we are not hiding, covering up, or taking action that would result in a rush to judgment of Mr. Fortson or our deputy.
And I want to assure you that the department would have likely engaged in a massive widespread cover-up if it weren't for those pesky body cams.
While it might be difficult to see, there are many questions the investigation must answer before we can determine whether the officer's actions were justified. Again, we are committed to the transparency and look forward to FDLE and the state attorney's report. We are aware of a press release and other comments that falsely state our deputy entered the wrong apartment and imply that they burst through the door into Mr. Fortson's residence. Those statements are inaccurate, as shown on the video that we are about to see.
I think he's referring to the Fortson family attorney Ben Crump's words.
Attorney Ben Crump insists police busted into the wrong apartment, saying they know there were no disturbances. Police were called to the Elon Apartments after the leasing office complained of a disturbance between a male and female. Crump says Roger was alone.
He had been playing video games up until 4 o'clock, had only been home for 30 minutes. His girlfriend reported that when she called him a little before around 3 that he was playing games, he would be home at 4 and he would call her when he got home. And that's exactly what he did. He was just in his apartment minding his business. And then around 4:30, this cascade of tragic events started to take place. It wasn't a gun exchange. He never fired a weapon or anything. He respected authority. Had he known they were the police, there is nothing in his background, nothing in his background to say that had he known they were the police, he would not have just opened up his apartment.
What we do know at this time is that the deputy did announce himself, not once, but twice. Mr. Fortson's comments indicate that he did acknowledge it was law enforcement at the door, and he arrived at the door with a firearm in his hand. The deputy knocked on the correct door. He did not cover the peephole or otherwise obscure its view in any way.
The failure to identify the cop and covering the peephole also supposedly comes from Ben Crump.
What happened next is at the center of debate. Crump says police didn't identify themselves. He says Roger's girlfriend was on a FaceTime call with him at the time.
She talked about how he went to the door to look through the peephole, but it was as if somebody was covering up the peephole so he couldn't see out of it. And he kept saying, "Who is it?" And how he went and retrieved his legally registered gun as a gun owner to protect his house, and how he was walking back and the door was open, and then how she said that she just heard shots.
Again, I don't share this information to pass judgment. We simply want to assure the community of what is known at this time for the safety and for the safety of our deputies and for the community. I told Mr. Fortson's family this afternoon that they have my word. If this shooting is found to be unjustified, their son's name will be fully vindicated and justice will be served. You will see the things that I just mentioned on the video that corroborate what I've just said.
What's going on?
I'm not sure. I just was told to let her know if you guys come by.
Okay.
So I'm going to give her a quick call and let you guys know. Let her know that
So there was a fight going on or something?
I was not present for that. Yes, sir.
Are they fighting or something?
She's saying that it happens frequently.
Okay.
But this time it sounded like it was getting out of hand.
Okay, which store?
I'm not sure. 2 weeks ago, I was walking by their apartment, basically, on this side, and I was hearing someone yell, like, "Shut the f*** up, like, you stupid B word," and all this other stuff, and I heard a slap. like right after it, but I wasn't sure where it came from.
Okay.
And I couldn't call, like, I didn't want to call the police and, like, you know.
Which room is it?
1401.
1401, okay.
1401. But the girl sounded scared, the one that called. She said, she was like, it's getting out, it sounds like it's getting really out of hand.
So it's hit number 4, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You do me a favor, we stand out there and direct the other deputy that's coming to this area?
It's not, you're going to go up to the fourth floor and it's going to be on this side.
Gotcha. Sheriff's office, open the door! Sheriff's office, open the door! Step out.
Now, this is where the unnamed deputy fires 6 shots. The link will be in the description if you want to see it. After playing the video, Sheriff Aiden says this.
It pains me to show the video, but I know that you all need to see it. We look forward to FDLE's findings and the final third-party review done by the State Attorney's Office. Transparency and accountability have been our top priorities from day one. Please remember the Fortson family, and please remember our family in your thoughts and prayers.
We know from the cases DeShaney versus Winnebago County and the town of Castle Rock versus Gonzales that the police are under no obligation to protect any of us. So then why did the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department feel the need to visit the home of Roger Fortson? One of the most dangerous things you can do to an innocent person is to call the cops on them. And that's exactly what this woman did when she led an unnamed Okaloosa County deputy to the apartment of this 23-year-old senior Navy airman. How is this not a swatting call when the woman called the cops on somebody who's just having a FaceTime argument? Remember, you are not obligated to answer the door of your home for anyone, especially the police. If you do open the door and it happens to be the police and they see a gun in your hand, don't expect things to go well for you. Cops have eliminated people for much less. And in our police state reality, you have the right to keep and bear arms until a cop sees you with the one. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, know what your rights are and carefully exercise your rights. If you don't exercise those rights, you will lose them. I'll see you in the next video.